Right, we're having a showdown between these torches that I own, okay? So we've got, at the low budget end, we've got this diving flashlight. Mid-budget, we have the Nitecore SRT7i, okay? Largest budget here is the Fenix LR35R, okay? So I've used all of these extensively. The reason I used all of these is actually for coasteering, which is an activity exploring the coastline, and the torches come in when you end up in sea caves where it rapidly becomes pitch black. And I suppose all of them have been a sort of gradual upgrade as I've basically wanted more illumination, basically. They're all absolutely fine for personal navigation, but the main reason I ended up going for the Fenix was for sort of making videos, sort of to give as much illumination for videoing very pitch black spaces, okay? So power, this one claims, the diving flash at 1,200 lumens. Is that the case? We're going to find out shortly. The Nitecore one is about 1,000 lumens. The Fenix is a whopping 10,000 lumens. We're going to put it to the test. Once I've given you a description here, I'm going to take them out into the field tonight and actually give them a proper test so you can see them all up against each other. Okay, so the diving flashlight rated to be fully waterproof. Apparently you can take this 80 feet below the surface. I'm not a diver myself, but I've used it extensively in the water. That's absolutely fine. The Nitecore is also rated IP8, so fully waterproof as well. The Fenix is actually IP68, so completely dust proof, and Fenix claim it's waterproof up to 2 meters, and I believe for half an hour submersion. I've used this on my coasteering expeditions for several hours at a time in the water, and also it's with me as I'm jumping off cliffs into the water and stuff, and that goes for all of these. These have had a pretty rugged life. Coasteering is fairly brutal on equipment. Let's quit messing around. I'm going to take these out and we can actually give them a test run in the dark, and we can put them up against each other and see how the brightness fares. So let's go. I'm going to give these torches a proper test run in the dark for you. I'm an ancient stone circle actually, so you can see as the light throws around the circle and how these lights project. So we're going to start here with the waterproof diving flashlight, so let's check it out. So in its own right, that's definitely a capable torch, and considering the price point compared to the other two, we should not discount this, and it is absolutely totally waterproof. So that's the diving flashlight. We will move on to the Nitecore. Okay. Now, on paper, these are claiming a fairly similar lumen power. I would have expected the diving flashlight to fall somewhat short though, considering the quite different prices. So this is the Nitecore. I think we can see, you know, that's pretty good, but I'm going to immediately turn the diving flashlight back on just so we can remind ourselves. Right, there we go. And then the Nitecore. Now, as it turns out, and not surprisingly, there is no comparison between them. There is the Nitecore, there is the diving flashlight. And that really is just a reflection of the price point. The lumens they're claiming on this one aren't necessarily materializing. That is something a bit more substantial. Right, now, straight on to the Fenix, and there's gonna be no competition here. Whoa, look at that. Absolute monster of a torch. So this, unsurprisingly, blows the others absolutely out the water. It's an absolute beast of a thing, okay? So we'll do the comparison. That was the Fenix. Here, it just, that's the diving flashlight. That's a miserable torch by comparison. Look at that, that's the Fenix. That's the diving flashlight, okay? You know, blinding. You've got a handheld sun in one hand, and then you've got the diving flashlight here. Okay, let's see how the Nitecore stacks up. Okay, so here is the Nitecore, but here is the Fenix. Again, there's no comparison. Okay, so there you go. Three
you know, 3 very useful torches, all have their different strengths. Obviously the diving flashlight comes in at a significantly lower price point than the others. The SRT is nice. It is, you know, despite being on paper similar to the diving flashlight, it is a lot brighter, and it does have that lovely adjustable brightness and the other modes. And then if you just want sheer power, this Fenix is an absolute monster. But in the short time I've had it on, I can feel it already generating the heat. So that is, as we discussed, something to consider. So all of these torches have their uses, and they'd all work in, you know, whatever in the right situation. So I'm happy to recommend all of them, and I hope that's helped you made your choice. So good luck.